We always tell our listeners every Thursday we get folks from the outside to come and tell us their story. What is your story? We keep asking, because everybody has a story. Today, we have in the studio Margaret and Njeri. And you need to listen to her story. You need to sit back and listen to her story. Because I tell you, there's a lot to be grateful and thankful for out there. A story a day. Margaret and Njeri, welcome to Hot 96.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Everybody,
appreciated. Thank you.
Everybody wants to know, what is your story? Tell us, what is your story?
Wow, my story is a long one, but I'll shorten it up. I was born, I'll be 52 years next Tuesday. It will be my birthday. And after 6 months, it's like my mom tells me I could not sit upright. So it's like my legs withered up. So they discovered I had polio at 6 months. So I've lived up to it, and I'm happy to have had it because it has shown me the other side of life. Everything doesn't have to be in a jigs of it. So I've grown up. I used to crawl to school. I come from Kikuyu, and there's a railway crossing there. So I would crawl sometimes, and other times my daddy, that was the 60s, 65. So my daddy would lift me up on his shoulders, take me there. When he's not there during the day, I would crawl under the railway, the train. That time there used to be so many. They would like come in intervals of 1 hour, but I would know when they are moving on. There's a sound they make, so I would crawl under. At times the Shaba boy would come and pick me up, at times my mom. And kids would laugh at me, look at her, but I weathered the storm. I had to. They would throw stones at me, I would throw back stones to them. But that didn't deter me from going to school. I used to be number 1, start 1 to start 7. And the first primary school in Kikuyu, it's called Kikuyu Township, was started in my honor. My dad approached the council. He said, my daughter cannot move to other schools, so put up a school. So I was 001 index number. And I was number 1 when we did study 7 that time. I went from 1. I've really tried to be like others. I never felt like there was anything wrong with me. So I did my study 7, Form 4, A-levels. And I really wanted to be a lawyer, but my marks would not allow me. So I did secretarial, and I got a job with National Bank of Kenya, where I've worked for 28 years now. I'm still there. I've worked in 4 branches. They have been so good to me. Whenever I ask for a transfer, they take me where I'm most comfortable. When I got my child, my first daughter, it was 92. She's 25 now. She's doing her studies in the US. After 8 years, we got another girl. And this is the girl that has made my life, that made me come here today. She was born with autism, and that was 92. And people didn't really know what autism is, because you see, your kid can't talk. She doesn't smile. When you give her toys, she lays them in a line. She doesn't smile at people. Eye contact is not there. But I didn't know until 6 months when my mom came to my house. And then she used to wiggle up her neck. So my mom asked me, Njeri, don't you think your child has a problem? I didn't know, but it was my second daughter. So they discovered, when we went to the doctor, they discovered she had this syndrome, autism. It's a neuro behavior that affects the brain, but I didn't know. So my daughter actually walked at 3 years. My sisters and my mom used to cry asking, Njeri, you are like this, how will you carry this child? Because she never used to walk. But on her that birthday, the house girl came screaming, the baby is walking. She walked, but without any verbal word, not saying mom or dad, nothing. That did not deter me. But when the doctor said, that time when she was 6, the doctor said, your child might never talk. You know yourself, you cannot walk properly, and here is a child who cannot talk. So it actually hit me like a thunderbolt. Actually cried hysterically in the doctor's office. I have a very good supportive partner. He told me, don't cry. Your mom did not cry. Here you are because of your mom. So from that time, I said, yes, I'm going to live for her. So I've been with her all this time. She's 17. She's doing well. I train her at home. Disability has not prevented me from creating awareness about her. I like telling people, like my daughter, you'll come to the house and she'll pick you a cup of tea. If you don't know, you'll think she's mannerless. But I usually tell them, this is a special girl. She doesn't take tea. Don't give her, if she takes your tea, just take it normal. You really actually get embarrassed. You have to hide your face most of the times because people out there, even when you go out, like the time we went to a high-end hotel, and then I could not actually, she was running off. So I asked another lady, excuse me, can you hold her for me? She asked me, when you gave birth, whom did you think would be chasing your child? So that really was a setback in my life. We took her to the gents' place because the father is the one who took her there. I could not. Sometimes you get funny remarks from people, but you want to live large, so I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, it has been like that. It's a good story. I praise God that I have her, because if it were not for her, I would not be doing what I'm doing with her. Sometimes when you're going to work in the morning, these kids with autism don't like jam. If the car is moving, and then it gets stagnated, they start screaming. So every time when you're leaving the house, when we meet the jump place, we have to wind up we have to close up, because people always wonder what is happening. You can't go explaining to everyone you have an autistic child. But I wish we could even have something like the school cars that carry special kids should have a blue, right, or red, so that people can know, at least we passed by. Because even when people have blamed us for many things. If you go to the supermarket, you pick items, people don't understand. Like you went to another eating place, Italy's place where there's nyama choma. So you've just arrived there, and the child is hungry, so they go and start eating your meat. And then people are like, what is wrong? Your kid is mannerless. You have to explain to everyone. So people need to know it's not every child that is born in this world that is normal. But I've had a very supportive family, friends. When I want to go somewhere, like I have to drop my child to a friend's house, a particular friend, not every friend wants a special child, because they actually go and disarrange the house. Yeah.
Wow, fascinating story, Margaret. What a fascinating story. If people don't know what autism is out there,
they don't.
What
know.
is autism?
Autism? It's a neurobehavior condition that affects kids. There's something wrong with their brains don't function well. So like if you talk to them, for you to talk, you must have heard. Silvio. You must speak when you hear.
Correct.
For they don't really hear. So it's like their web, what the doctor was explaining, it's like there is a cobweb in their brain. So it's congested, or in a jam, like at Uhuru Highway when there's a jam, they really don't get, the messages getting to them is distorted. So sometimes they scream. If she wants something, she actually cry. You don't know. She doesn't know how to say milk. Mine is 17. She never said anything to me. Maybe mom. Sometimes the speech is there. Other times it gets lost. And then people ask you, hey, your daughter is so big. And then the funniest thing, the society is funny. Like you went to maternity with a friend, so she knows your daughter is 17. And they obviously know your daughter is special. They always ask you, hey, has your daughter done study 8 or Form 4? What is wrong with your daughter? So we need to create awareness that it's not every child who looks normal because mine looks perfect. That is okay.
Do you think people are mean, or are they just ignorant? Or both?
Most of the people are ignorant. Like in the villages, there's a time we went for a wedding, and then my daughter refused to come out of the car. It's in a village. So we were left in the car. Most of the times I stay in the car with her. She doesn't like going out of places she's not familiar with. So she started screaming for the father. She screamed until the whole village came to the car. So I had to open the windows and tell them, I'm sorry, this is my daughter. She has this condition. So every time you go, you have to have the autism diploma in your head. You have to tell them. So I really told them. Some mothers were crying because they were closing shops to come and see the baby who's, she'll cry, rant, tantrums. They do tantrums. And then they bite their hands, like my daughter's hands are bitten. They bite their hands. Sometimes they can even take they can vent the anger on you. So it's difficult. She can even slap you in public, so you have to have a very thick head. I have a very thick skin, by the way.
What?
Mm-hmm. So can you imagine you're a disabled mother working with an autistic child?
Yeah.
Sometimes they stare, but me, it doesn't perturb me. I know there's a reason why.
What is the reason?
No, I say
I know
why.
You're saying that, but what in your head do you think is the reason?
The reason why?
You crawled half your life.
Yeah.
You crawled to school.
People laughed at you. People
Threw
looked at you.
at me.
People threw stones at you.
Then you give birth
at the end of the day,
to another child
who is special.
I think, you know what I say? Who knows? Maybe God is autistic or he's a cripple. No one has ever seen God. Maybe me and my child, we are God's manifestation in this world. So why can't people appreciate us? People should appreciate us. Even when you go when I went for an interview in the bank, they were happy to have me. I'm the only person there. They have loved me. They take care of me. So I expect even other people the society doesn't accept these kids. They don't accept them. Even your own friend will not like your kid to visit them. Yeah.
Your partner, is he the father of both girls?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Oh, he's wonderful. He tells me, his friends used to tell him, how do you tolerate such a woman when there are so many women in the world? Why did you choose her? And then he has the people. If it was your sister or your mother, what would you do? Wouldn't you like them to be happy? And then he has been my support system. He loves my child so much that I don't even notice it. Because if we go out, he's the one to run after her. I can't. He's the one to do stuff for her. Yeah, if it were not, his support system is 100% for me. I thank God.
Wow. Unbelievable story.
How do we even put this into perspective?
Wow. What do you want to do for her? Obviously, you want to make people aware, because there are a lot of kids out there with autism that their parents don't know. They think they are cursed. They think they are a village, whatever it is, a curse from God.
Yeah.
Right? What do you tell them?
Yeah, I said, I think I know the reason why God created me the way I am and gave me such a daughter, so that I can create awareness. My daughter has been in a special school. The one unit is special, the other one is regular. And what I've seen prompted me to start on my own home, which I started in September. I have 5 kids now, mine included, because they need special diet. If you give them like wheat, cakes or soda, they throw tantrums. So what you need to do is give them things that affect them. Don't have casein, things with milk or gluten, wheat stuff. And then they need therapy every day. So I have a therapist, I have a caretaker, a person who loves them. They need to do beadwork for motor skills. They need to swing, ADLs, activities of daily living. They need to know how to brush, bathe themselves. It's girls, they know how to use their parts. It's hard, but you have to do it. What do? There are kids, we can't throw them away. The reason why I think God put me in it is to come on this forum and tell the world that it's not every child that you give birth to live the normal life. God wants to test you. And he has really tested us. And me, I think I'm happy that I have my child. My daughter tells me, the big daughter, Mom, you are 8 sisters and 1 brother. Bona, God gave you that child when your sisters don't have. Then I tell her, I'm the forum here to come and talk about awareness. That's why I created the school.
Did you ever want to give up at some point?
There are times you cry. You cry livers of, hey, you can really cry sometimes when, like you see 17-year-olds using their phone and wearing, the way they wear 16, doing their bash. And there is your daughter there screaming and crying. She can't, you cry. It's automatic for a mother. You cry, you ask yourself, why? But then you say, there's a reason for this. I've been strong for her. If my mom was strong for me, why shouldn't I be strong for my daughter? And people look at me, some of them think we are bewitched. They wonder how come Njeri is like this and her daughter, they whisper. Or I don't hear what they say, but I know they say something.
Yeah.
Of course, they'll say, kuna kitu kwao, ama ni nini. But I believe everything happens for a reason. That's why I want us to do this single autism Dora campaign. Like Dora, if everyone, even a nursery kid, give us 100 bob in Kenya from everyone, we can set up a place like what I have in Rongai, in all the counties in Kenya. Because have you seen these kids, a 24-year-old child being tied up? Have you seen them being
chained? Some are chained.
Don't
like
blame
dogs.
Don't blame the show.
No,
because it's
the
like
show's unaware.
Because it's like, no, my mom. If I left my daughter to my mom is 93. If I left my daughter to my mom, she can't be able to look after her.
No.
And she cares for her. So what would she do? She would chain her down so that she's not molested.
Or she doesn't hurt herself.
Of course. So what we should do is create a hub in Kenya, a place like what I'm creating, such that when you want to go somewhere, or if the kid doesn't have a parent, we put them in a center where they do everything, they get everything under one roof. I haven't for them.
What do you call it?
It's called the Autism Foundation International, TAFI. Now, international doesn't mean that we're expecting kids from diaspora of Trump or Zambia. Diaspora, Rongai is diaspora.
Yes.
So expect people from Kiambu, Njeri, Tanzania to bring their kids to our hub. Yeah.
That's where you are now.
That's where I am. And I'm actually, let me say this
go
here.
on.
I'm actually going on voluntary retirement from next year.
From National
January.
Bank? From NBK?
National Bank, yes. I have not been able to work from 2014. This thing pushes me. Leave job. But I think it's the right time for me now to go sit there with the kids so that I can see how they are being treated, what they are eating, my daughter and the rest. I think this is what I was created for. And I'm hoping what I'll get, I'll be able to give them a haven in a small way with the support of the people of Kenya through your forum here. Campaign for me, the Single Dora Autism campaign. That's what I want to do.
My goodness.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Actually,
Do you have an M-Pesa number? Do you have a...
Yes, we have an M-Pesa number.
Okay. Let's start. Unbelievable. I have never heard anything like this. And you, such a personality and such a...
Situation.
And you're still strong.
I still want to exude confidence. I don't want to feel like there's anything wrong between me and you. You know, the losing mobility, the power of mobility does not touch my brain. My brains are still intact, even if I don't wear wheels. That's what I believe in.
You're still sharp.
Yeah.
Sharp as a tack. Business number?
832
832
112.
112.
Yep.
Account number? My name or
No.
What do we put
Is it
under account
Lekana
number?
M-Pesa or pay bill or buy goods?
Pay bill.
It's pay bill,
There's
of
an
course.
account number.
What's the account number?
Unless I check from my bag.
No problem, okay. All right. Give that to us. So pay bill number again is 831
832
832
112.
832 112.
112.
112.
Pay bill number 832 112.
Wow. Jeff.
I've never heard anything like this. This is incredible.
This is.
Oh yeah.
I don't have the number of
It's a till number.
Let me see.
It's a till number.
It's a till number.
till
Okay. So there's no account number.
Buy
It's a
goods
till
and
number.
services.
Yeah. Buy goods. Till number 832
112.
832 112. Enter amount. Let's see. Pin yako ni ngapi?
Ni siri yangu. Acha kunibeba.
You're now rocking with the best, man.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jelano.